Hey folks, it's me again, Miss Rogers, and we're going to talk about surface area today, in particular on prisms and cones. So hang loose, and let's get started. The lateral and total differences. Lateral surface area goes around the figure. So if we look at a cylinder, so we have a cylinder. We're going to look at what's around the figure, like on the label on a soup can or something like that, or a label on a water bottle. Okay? We're not including the bases. It's not all about the base today. Total surface area does include the bases. So we have our cylinder again. And this time we're going to cover our lateral surface area, but then we're also going to talk about the bases and cover them also. So it's just like wrapping up a Christmas present, finding how much wrapping paper we're going to use. All right. Prisms and cylinders. So the lateral surface area, LSA, is the perimeter of the base times the height of the figure. I made a boo-boo right here. SA should be the total surface area. And it takes the perimeter of the base, the area of the base, and the height of the base to find it. So you notice that this one is only half of this formula. Okay, so let's look at this figure. I'm going to show you an easy way to find this. In this figure, I see the lateral surface area going around the figure like this. And the bases are right here and right here. Do you see it like that too? I hope so. So let's take a look at how we're going to figure this out. So if I were to draw this picture out as a net, I would have a rectangle right here, and the bottom would be A. I would have a rectangle coming off of it, and then another rectangle down here labeled A. Okay. This length right here is C, because I have A times C, because that is this front. This is the front. Okay, now I'm going to rotate around and do the B. This one is length B, and it's also on this side also. It's length B right here. And then I have one more C, or A, I'm sorry, one more A. One more A. And all of these have a width of C. So I have so what is this right here? I think I did something wrong. A times B. Oh. Yeah, A times B. So I have an A times B. That's this one. Let me color in red. A times B. A times B. I have two of them. That's my base. That's going to be part of my total. So then I have, inside here, I have C times B and C times B. I have two of those. Then I have A times C and A times C. I have two of those. The yellows are my lateral surface area. The pink, it should have been pink. Let me redo it. The pink is my total, adds to my total. So let's do some math. Let's rewrite this. 2, whoops, wrong color. Let's see here. Yellow. 2 times CB. C is 4.5 times B, 3.8, plus, we've already got the 2 out here, A times C. A is 8.9 times C, 4.5. That gives us our lateral surface area on my calculator. Faster to do with a calculator. Some of y'all are faster than I am. 2 times 4.5 times 3.5 plus 8.9 times 4.5, enter. I get 111.6 square millimeters. Okay? Now we're going to add on the 2AB. So plus 2 times 8.9 times 4.5. No, 3.8. So plus 8.9 times 3.8 times 2. And I get 179.2 square millimeters. So this is my lateral surface area. This one is my total surface area. You see the difference? One is bigger. If I were just to wrap the outside of my box, it would just be the lateral. Let's try another one. This one's a triangular prism. Okay, so let's start with the right triangle, sorry. And let's label the pieces. There's my right angle. I'm going to put B right here, and A, and this one is D. Is that right? Yeah. D is across from the right angle. It's not C this time, it's D. Now, how wide is A? Well, here's the height. Here's the box I'm looking at. And it looks like C. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And this is C. Then I'm going to draw my other matching triangle over here. And here's A, B, and D. And it's a right triangle. Well, what goes up here? I know I've got a rectangle. But what's this measurement? What does it line up with? If we look right here. It lines up with, matches when I fold it up, it lines up with D. So this one is a measurement of D. And then I have one more rectangle. And this one lines up with B. So this one's a B. So what is this? This is C. And what is this? This is a C. So what can I do to find? Notice that we're going to go around the prism like this. What are my bases? My bases are triangles. Okay? So let's list out what we're going to do. We're going to multiply C times D, C times A, and C times B. Do you see a pattern there? We've got 3 C's in the middle and A, B, and D. Then I'm going to add to that 2 times 1/2 A times B. Or we could have done base times A times B divided by 2. Either one works. So let's do some math. C is 5.4 times D, 41, plus C times A, 5.4, times A times 9, plus C, which is 5.4, times B, which is 40, and that equals 486. Is that right? Hope it is. Square millimeters. Why is it square? Well, I'm only multiplying 2 at a time. So like A times C, or C times B, or C times D. I'm only multiplying 2 at a time, not 3. Okay, so now I'm going to add the 1/2 divided by 2. Can I cancel the 2's out? Sure. So now I'm just going to multiply A times B. 9 times 40, that's 360. So I'm going to take and add 360. And I get, let's see, the first one was 486. This one is plus 360. 846.4. 846.4 square millimeters. Okay? So let's try another one. Seems like I'm going slow. This one's different, but it's similar to what we just did. It's an isosceles triangle prism. Isosceles triangular prism. What does isosceles mean again? 2 sides are the same. So we're going to draw the triangle. It has a height right here called A. And we have a rectangle right here. We have another triangle on this end and a height called A on it. And then we're going to have, this side is D. What is this side? This is C. This is C. This is D. What is this side? Is it A? Oh, this side's also D. And this side is also D. So now I have two more rectangles. I have one on top and one on bottom. This side is D. This side is D. What is the middle? Well, look at your picture. I did A right here in the middle. I did C, that's the base. I did D and D and C. What's left? This has to be B and B. So let's mark down our lateral surface area. Is B times D, or D times B. How many of those do we have? 1, 2. So I'm going to put 2 on there. Plus C times B. I'm going to do some fancy math that we don't remember from Algebra 2, Algebra 1. See the B's in here? I'm going to take them out. So I have B times 2D plus C. This is my perimeter. This is my height. So I'm still using perimeter and height. So let's work it out. What is B? 46 times 2 times, what's my D? 37 plus C, which is 24. Let's plug it in the calculator. 46 times 2 times 37 plus 24. I get 4,508 square millimeters. All right. Now I need my lateral surface area, and that's going to be A times C. Because I've got 2 of them, I don't have to divide by 2. So my total surface area is going to take 4,508 plus A times C, which is 35 times 37. And I get 5,803 square millimeters. Easy or hard? And a little bit of thinking involved. Okay. What about a cylinder? Once again, we're going to do pH for lateral surface area. But what's the perimeter of a circle? It's the circumference. It's this right here, the circumference going around. So we're going to do big P equals 2 pi r. That's what P is. So 2 pi r is 2, oh, wait a minute, times pi. But what is my radius? I've got a diameter. So why don't we just change it from 2 pi to pi d? because I have a diameter. So pi times the diameter of 32.6. And then I'm going to take in lateral surface area, I'm going to multiply times the height of 13.7. So 32.6 times 13.7. 32.6 times 13.7. And I get 446.6 pi square millimeters. Or you can work it out and multiply times pi and get 1,403.1 square millimeters. Okay, let's go on to the total surface area. We're going to add on 2 pi r squared. We're going to find the area up here and the area down here. We have two of them. Now we have to take and divide this by 2. And I'm going to use the calculator to do that. So 2 times parentheses 32.6 divided by 2 parentheses squared. Enter. And then I'm going to add 531.38 plus 446.62, and I get 978 pi square millimeters, or multiply it by pi, I get 3,072.5 square millimeters. Okay, sometimes it'll ask you for pi, sometimes it won't. Okay, and that's where we're going to stop today.